regular season edition of High School Lowdown. For Jeff Bird and Ernest Boker, I'm Steve Wilson. Well, PCA will be making a playoff trip, and it isn't to where they thought they were going to be going originally.
So they're going to Woodville to play Wilkinson Christian Academy. Now they're going to Pineville, Louisiana to play Sinlaw.
Well, talking to Wade Patrick, with the change, Heidelberg obviously got thrown out of the playoffs because they used an ineligible player or players. So everybody got bumped up. Park Place, who was out putting the gear up, they're now in as the 4th seed. But the funny thing was he had to throw out his whole game plan because Wilkinson and Sinlaw are about as different as two teams can be.
Yeah, Sinlaw is a spread team. Wilkinson was a ground and pound team. Fortunately, they got the last film of the game. Those two teams played each other last week, so they were actually watching them. But Wade, when he was going through the list, he was actually doing the charting all of Wilkinson's plays. And now he had to go back and throw out all of the work he did Saturday and Sunday and come in and do a totally new game plan. He's going to have to change the defense around, put it in more of a zone type of scheme because Sinlaw has a very good quarterback, thrown for 2,100 yards, 4 really good wide receivers. He spread the ball to all 4 of them. It's not like one guy. It's
kind of like Vicksburg with Cooksey and those guys.
And so it's going to be a challenging game for him.
Well, Jim Hill will be traveling to Warren Central, and Warren Central was basically just playing out the string.
Right. I mean, they have some young guys. It'd be nice to get them some experience, go out with a win. And some young guys that have played well down the stretch here. Corey Davis obviously had a big year, a receiver. Aaron Stamps has emerged. He's only a sophomore as their tailback. So chance to kind of get some positive momentum going into the offseason and then the next year.
Well, I know neither team's in playoff contention, but it always feels good to go into spring and the off-season workouts with a win.
Right, and Jim Hill, I think they've won 1 game. Warren Central won 1 game. So this is really kind of a chance to erase some of those bitter tastes from really an otherwise lost and dismal, disappointing season.
Well, St. Al will be traveling to Mount Olive, and that's never an easy road trip for anybody, especially not for St. Al.
Well, this is a team that's won the 1A the last 2 years, but they won't be winning this year. They won 2 games this year. St. Al's got one. B.J. Smith told me about them. They've struggled scoring the ball down there. They've only scored 94 points in 10 games. St. Al, on that hand, has given up 314. So it's going to be a classic mismatch of styles.
Something's got to give, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Well, Vicksburg will be hosting Clinton with a playoff berth up for grabs.
Yeah, Vicksburg out of the 3 teams that are still alive, Clinton and Greenville Weston along with them. Vicksburg's the only one that controls their own destiny. They own the key tiebreaker, so if they win, they're in. Everybody else needs help. Of course, the reward is a trip to Olive Branch, which is undefeated, favorite to win Class 6A. So not much of a prize there.
Not really, but I think you would say that Olive Branch, out of those 3 teams, they'd probably like to see Vicksburg the least.
Right. Greenville's been up and down. Clinton's banged up, all kinds of injuries, and Vicksburg seems to really be peaking at the right time. They've played solid defense the last couple of weeks against Murrah and Warren Central. Should have another good outing against the banged-up Clinton team this week. And obviously the offense is always revving out on all cylinders.
Thanks for tuning in to the final regular season edition of High School Lowdown. For Ernest Boker and Jeff Bird, I'm Steve Wilson. Be sure to read our sports section and be sure to check out all the happenings on VicksburgPost.com.